Hey everyone, Creepy here. So I'm sorry for using this mic, but today we're going to be covering a video by Robot Head called Star Wars Hates Men.
Now, it's always fun to criticize Disney due to their incompetence. I've made a career out of it, and looking at a lot of the decisions they have made since buying Star Wars, it's pretty obvious they're just making it up as they go along, which isn't really a surprise, is it? But one of their ideas seems to be, well, I wouldn't say thought out. One of their ideas seems to have been bubbling along the whole time. And that idea is to remove all the filthy men from any meaningful roles in Star Wars content.
Now you might be wondering, where are all the men in these franchises? Well, actually, there are a bunch of stuff with men in Star Wars. The first thing that comes to my mind is The Mandalorian, where Din Djarin is the main character. There's also the Book of Boba Fett, where obviously Boba Fett's the main character, and there's also Solo, a Star Wars story, where you guessed it, Han Solo is the main character. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, and obviously, yep, Obi-Wan Kenobi is the main character of that show. And Andor. And something interesting is that it's pretty diverse. We have 2 white men, we have 2 Latino men, and 1 Polynesian man.
Because it's been men that have been wrecking this series from the beginning. A quick recap of Disney's efforts in pushing those men to the background. Rey literally stole Luke's lightsaber and beat him up. Shit.
That's just a lie. They were fighting with sticks, and then she grabbed a lightsaber, and that caught Luke off guard, obviously, and he didn't have a lightsaber, so of course he's going to be not wanting to fight someone with a lightsaber when he doesn't have one. Which, by the way, he was winning before she grabbed the lightsaber.
Shit, they even brought back the Emperor for her to finish the job off properly. Well, she also became all the Jedi.
I like how Robot Head is complaining that she wasn't powerful on her own and needed to get help from all the Jedi. Personally, I think it's okay for her not to be strong enough to do something on her own and having to get help from others. You know what? It actually makes her not a Mary Sue, if you ask me.
Meanwhile, Poe and Finn finished the series alone, having achieved nothing.
I actually agree that they did not get enough development.
In fact, besides Poe destroying the Dreadnought at the start of The Last Jedi, a decision I should add, which saved everyone,
You know, except for all the people that died because of it.
Boba Fett was completely useless in his own show. But that one, they didn't even try to hide. Fennec was the boss and Boba had to just sit there and take it.
I'm generally wondering where he gets this from because Boba Fett is clearly the guy in charge here. He just uses Fennec as reinforcement.
We even had in one episode, and I'm not counting the ones that he wasn't even in one episode he didn't even get one line of dialogue, but Fennec did. That's because she was running the show. She was even in the episodes that Boba wasn't.
By any chance, are you looking for work?
Also, Boba Fett was put to the side to have another man take his place in the episodes that he wasn't in, so how does this mean that Star Wars hates men if they're replacing a man with a man?
Might could be. Hey, it's good.
The Obi-Wan travesty of a series was really the Reva show. In fact, Obi-Wan was so useless, he didn't achieve anything. He didn't get Leia home,
Even if he didn't personally get her home, his actions are what led to her going home.
and Luke only survived because Reva felt remorse, which again had nothing to do with Obi-Wan.
Almost as if it was the completion of her character arc, because actually shows could have multiple characters have character arcs. Like Obi-Wan's character arc is that he learned to be a Jedi again.
Obi-Wan, in fact, had no impact on anyone's survival. Instead, his actions, stupidity, and selfishness got people killed. Plus, he also let the most feared person in the universe live, again, for a second time.
Goodbye, Darth.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. Obi-Wan probably shouldn't have let Vader live twice.
And then we have Mando. The funniest kick Disney has delivered to the male nuts. The feared bounty hunter has become the damsel in distress in his own show.
Get to Bo-Katan.
This season, he has been saved by Bo-Katan multiple times, yet he hasn't saved her once. He handed over the Darksaber without a fight, and he stood there while the show glorified Bo by letting her have a kick-ass fight to declare the real owner of the saber. But it wasn't with him. And the series finished off with her King of the Helmets, while he was sitting at home with the baby waiting for his Amazon delivery.
Yeah, because that's what he wanted. He didn't want to be the leader of the Mandalorians. He wanted to just be a father. That's okay for people to want to be fathers.
And Rogue One. Well, Rogue One's not on the list because they didn't make all the men useless in that film just to build up the female lead. They instead wrote a proper story where the men all had something to do.
Doesn't sound so bad to me.
And that brings us up to the next Star Wars outing, Ahsoka.
Now he's going to be criticizing a show that hasn't even come out yet. How does he know the men are useless if the show hasn't come out yet? Also, to my knowledge, this is the first Star Wars show that has come out that has a woman as the main protagonist.
A Dave Filoni creation. So yeah, that doesn't fill me with hope. Well, not after seeing the trailer anyway. Now let me back that up a bit. My first taste of Ahsoka was with The Mandalorian. Yes, that's right, I haven't watched the cartoons. A lot of people told me I should, but I think we should just all agree that that's never going to happen, no matter how many times I say it will. And at this stage, with everything I've been through watching these bloody series, I don't know if I can take much more Star Wars. But anyway, Ahsoka and The Mandalorian. I'd have to say the episode with Ahsoka was probably one of my favourites. There was a moment there that felt very Star Warsy, even though I still think it was stupid to have Mando not know anything about the Jedi.
Din Djarin is a person who grew up after the Age of the Jedi, so it makes sense why he wouldn't know a bunch about the Jedi.
Oh, no. Oh, for real. Disney gonna ride the diversity train all the way off the cliff.
You are literally just mad if there are a woman in a show. That is so sad and pathetic.
White dudes only apply for the head baddie roles. And I know this has been asked 1,000 times, but who are they trying to appeal to?
You see, this doesn't make sense to me. So he was just complaining that there are too many women in this show. But then he's saying that only white men are villains, even though one of the women he showed is a villain.
Why are Disney obsessed with turning away their traditional fan base and going after the female or weirdo soy-based selection of the public?
So you see, women make up about half the population, like men. So it actually opens up a more broad market for them. There's nothing more that I feel the need to respond to within this video, so if you enjoyed this video, please do consider like and subscribing. Creeper out.
Socialism is when the government does stuff. And it's more socialism the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.